This is an interesting moment. You've got to beat him here. Look how quickly you turn and you're up. You can throw a punch, or he goes face down and you get right up on top of that chin. You're just firing on all cylinders in round one.
Yeah, that's the basics of wrestling. Get your hips higher than him. If your hips are higher than his, if your head is higher than his, you're going to be able to beat him. So as soon as I threw him, my hips were higher than his. As he was trying to come and recover, I was able to land a shot there and then sink in a guillotine. I've seen this this suplex 10,000 times over the internet, and it's really, really cool, and it's on YouTube and everywhere. But I've also seen myself in the highlights getting beat up, face bloody, those times where I lost the titles, those times where I lost and I was the loser that night. And that's just the blessing and the curse and the beauty of mixed martial arts. You're going out there, you're getting tied onto a tornado. You have to be okay and accepting of the uncertainty that's about to happen. And luckily for me, that the suplex was great. And we'll see if we can make some more highlights next week. Yeah, so I mean, the funniest thing and the most telling thing was how Jimmy Smith and Chael were talking about him. You got one guy, Michael Chandler, who has left it all in the cage, and you got another guy who's jumping around and screaming and spending a bunch of energy. And right here, he's in my corner. And the reason I pushed him didn't have anything to do with him or any of that, but he's, number one, he's in my corner. I'm the red corner, he's the blue corner. Get out of my corner. Number two, my wife and my mom were right there behind me, and he was screaming in their direction. And I looked over his shoulder or something, and I remember seeing him between me and my wife and my mom, the two most important women in my life. And I said, no, get out of here, screaming in their direction. It wasn't, he did it on purpose. It was definitely to my corner and to my family. He knows exactly what my wife and mom look like. So I just took that as, hey, get out of here. Was I mad at him? No. I mean, he is who he is. That's how he acts after fights, and there's no animosity. I could care less. I'm gonna go out there and beat him on, in a couple days.
But he doesn't act like this that often. There's something about this fight, something about the dynamic between you two that has caused this. Because if you see it, he's running around, he's screaming, he's quite emotional. And that's not always the case. Do you feel like it's something you can play with, perhaps, with him, his emotion?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think we know who we're fighting for the most part. There's guys I step into the cage with, and I just say, nothing against you, man, but you are not a champion. It's just some people don't have it, right? But I when I look at Benson Henderson, he has it. So that gets me excited to fight him. I think when he looks at me, he knows I have it. And he knows that whether he dislikes me or not, he knows I do things right. He knows what I stand for, who I fight for, and why I fight, and that I do things right. And I'm a tough competitor, so I think he understands who he's fighting.
The full-length deep dive is up now on Bellator YouTube channel. Rematch Friday, Paramount Network. Enjoy the hostilities, my friends.